More than 40 universities go on strike. It's part of a long-running dispute about pay and conditions and coincides with Freshers' Week for many first-year students. Our correspondent Tim Muffett is at Queen Mary, University of London. Tim.
Yes, afternoon, Jane. For many students beginning student life, the first thing that they will see will be this. A picket line at 36 university sites. 5 days of industrial action begins today. At 11 further sites, between 1 and 3 days of strikes begin. Now, many students have seen their education disrupted over recent years, and these new strikes look set to cause more disruption just as the new term gets underway. Christina doesn't want to go on strike. She's a research associate at the University of Manchester. But as the new academic year begins, as freshers start student life, Christina believes industrial action is needed, so she will be taking part.
I mean, we do our best and we give our best, and it's not necessarily that we expect to get loads more, but I think sometimes when it just feels like it is not possible to sustain a system where you're kind of keeping almost kind of the same amount of people working in more and more and more and more things.
This is a long-running dispute about pay and conditions. The University and College Union wants a pay rise equal to inflation, as measured by the Retail Price Index, plus 2%, and for employers to end the use of 0 hours and temporary contracts.
I don't think that we are really being listened to, genuinely. I have felt sort of demonization of striking staff. For me, striking is terrible.
Strikes at some universities planned for this week have been called off, and a marking boycott introduced in April, which saw thousands of graduates leave university without degree results, has now been lifted. The Universities and College Employers Association says its pay offer, worth between 5 and 8%, was the highest of its kind in nearly 20 years.
We approached this pay round with a consistent approach. Universities went to the unions at the beginning of the year. We said that we know there's a cost of living pressures on staff. We brought the pay round forward. We managed to bring up an uplift which prioritised the effect of inflation on the lowest paid, uplifts of up to 8%. We really don't think we should be seeing industrial action or strike action now.
Students in Manchester are gearing up for an uncertain start to term.
We've just started, so I won't be able to get to grips with what I'm learning and stuff, and missing out on lesson time. I support all the strikes, but it's slightly frustrating at the same time, because it's it shouldn't have to get to this point where it becomes the inconvenience that it has to get a point across.
I haven't got a lot of me final exams and coursework back from last year, and I understand they're trying to cause inconvenience, and that is what that's the aim of a strike, do you know what I mean? And so I understand that it inconveniences me.
I was a COVID student. I don't think anything will ever compare to that, and if you can get through that, you can definitely get through a lecturing strike for certain.
Picket lines, protests and cancelled lectures. Not the Freshers' Week many expected, but the reality on many university campuses this week. Tim Muffett, BBC News.
The Liberal Democrats have